Hi y'all, how are y'all doing? Welcome to Richard in the Kitchen tonight. Real excited about tonight's dish. I don't eat steak very often anymore, so I'm just kind of all excited about this. So let me get what we're going to have. We're going to have some flat iron steak, and we're going to have a Bolognese scallop mushroom sauce that's made with some red wine, and we got some fresh garlic. We're going to be using, of course, the scallops and the mushrooms, and some salt and pepper, some red pepper flakes, some fresh ground rosemary, red wine, of course, some extra virgin olive oil, and some butter. And of course, we're going to have some beer along with that. Now, also what we're going to have as a side is we're going to have what I call soap dish taters. The reason I call that, because after you cut these things up, they kind of look like a soap dish. They're actually called fondant potatoes. How about that? Maybe a French steak dish or something like that. So what I got going right now, I've got some water boiling. What I'm going to do with these taters while I'm preparing this steak is I'm going to put these taters in there. First of all, though, put that steak aside. I want to show you how to cut these taters, or these fondant taters. Basically what you do is you just kind of cut the edge off of both sides of them. Then you take a paring knife and you kind of form it like a soap dish. And man, I tell you what, once you put these in the skillet with all that butter and those seasonings in there, man, I tell you what, they come out really crispy. Really good. Now that's what you want to look like right there. You just kind of look like a soap dish right there. And then let me get all these other veggies chopped up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we've got the garlic chopped up, really kind of minced. We got these scallop potatoes. Man, I tell you what, if you didn't have scallop onions, they're real sweet and they taste so good, especially in this Bolognese sauce. We've cut up the mushrooms. And what we'll do is we'll get this steak. One ingredient I forgot to tell you about that we're going to use in the steak, which we'll use, is some fresh thyme and some fresh garlic. And of course, we're going to put some butter in there too. Now, as far as this steak, what you want to do is you just want to kind of drizzle some light olive oil over this steak. Reason being light is because extra virgin olive oil will not hold up to the high heat that we're going to be cooking this steak. Now we're going to be cooking this steak in a cast iron skillet like this. Now we're going to get that thing super, super hot, because if you're grilling outside, you can get a real good crust and a real good sear on that steak. But if you're inside, you want to get that skillet as hot as you can to come up with that good juicy crust that we're looking for. Now, as far as seasonings on the steak, we're going to, look at that. Be generous on your salt. Be generous on your pepper. That's going to help you get that crust. Just kind of rub it in there, flip it over, and we're going to do the other side. So hold your hand a little bit high so it get even distribution there. Same thing with the pepper. Now, in preparing this steak, I always take my steak out about 45 minutes, let it sit outside for about 45 minutes to an hour, because you want that thing to come to just barely cool, just below your body temperature. Because if a cold steak you put on a skillet, it's not going to cook right. Now on one side of this steak, we're going to put just a few flakes of red pepper flakes, just to give it a little bit of heat. Whew, it's so good. I love cooking flat iron steak. The best way to cook flat iron steak is with to medium rare. I find that goes real good. Let's check on these taters here that's been boiling for about 3 or 4 minutes. You don't want them cooked. You just want them kind of parboiled. They're not quite ready yet. And we'll start heating up that skillet for that steak. Now, our taters have been parboiled, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this cast iron skillet right here, and we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there and let that heat up to temperature. Then what we'll do is we'll take this butter, about a half a stick of butter, because that's what makes these taters really good. Is just, you just kind of drowse them in that butter, man. They cook and they get brown. And then we'll put these resting seasonings in here. The scallops, the garlic, and the mushrooms we'll save for our steak sauce. Whew, boy, I can't wait. Now this skillet right here is coming up to temp. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put this butter in here. You see that? Just let that butter just drown in there. And then what we'll do is we'll take our soap dish taters and we'll reduce this heat to about medium. And we'll just set those taters in there on the side. Give a little salt and pepper. And we'll just let those things cook. Now you got to watch this because you don't want your butter to get black. You just want it to turn kind of golden brown. And when you see these taters come out kind of golden and crispy, ooh man, ain't nothing better than that. Now we're going to hold off on this steak just a second and let these taters kind of cook down a little bit, and then we'll put that steak on there. We'll start grilling that. Now while we're waiting on this steak to put this steak on here, I want you to look at the color on them soap dish taters right there. Man, I tell you what, it doesn't hurt to flip them on the side after you get one side. Hit them with a little bit more salt. Man, I tell you what, they're really good. They're really good, especially all this butter sauce. Just kind of tilt that skillet over there and put that butter on there. Now what this cooked butter, this brown butter does, is it helps it brown those taters and crust those taters up a little bit more. So you just kind of watch those, and when they get brown, you just turn them over on another side. Okay, well, we're waiting on this steak skillet to come up to heat. I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, now if y'all can see this, I got this skillet. It's just starting to smoke. You want to hit it with just a little bit of olive oil, extra light olive oil, and take this steak and swirl that oil in there. Whew, that looks pretty. That's it. Now, that's the sound you want to hear. Now, the way I do my steaks, a lot of people do it differently. They say leave it alone, don't touch it for 3 or 4 minutes on each side, but I don't do that. I kind of adopted the Gordon Ramsay way of doing things, and I turn this thing every minute. That way it cooks evenly on both sides. Well, like I said, you want to make sure you have a steak that's room temperature. You don't want that thing cold, stone cold in the center, because it won't cook right. Just leave that thing alone for about a minute, give it a turn, and I'll show you what else to do. Now these taters, you see these taters? Lord, look how brown them taters are right there. They look good. Let's test to get real tender. They're going to be real good with this butter sauce. Okay, it's been about a minute. We're going to turn this steak. Always turn your steak away from you. Just kind of press that thing down there so it gets even. We're going to hit it with a little bit more olive oil. Now, if you do, whoo, here we go. If you do this inside, it's a good idea. Open all your doors and your windows. Because if you know what it's like cooking it on outside on the grill, it smokes pretty good. We'll get some more oil in there. And we'll let that set a minute. And we'll check on these taters. Oh my goodness, listen to that crackle, snap, crackle, pop. Look at that tater. Man, don't that look good. Okay. Now we'll let this steak cook about a minute and we'll turn it over. Now, this steak just about done. We'll take off the fire. Look at that color right there. We'll get rid of some of this smoke. So you can see the color of that steak. Look at that. Perfect crust. And what we'll do is we'll take this steak off this fire and we'll wrap it loosely in this foil. The important thing is we're going to put some of this butter sauce over. Real important thing to let your steak rest. Because what happens is when you're cooking it, all those juices run out to the side. And when you let it rest, all those juices run back in there. And it makes for a real good deal. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dump this grease, residual grease, out of the skillet. And that's what we're going to do to make our Bolognese sauce. Now, turn this to about medium heat over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our mushrooms. We want to brown them. We're going to take our scallops, put them in there. Little 1 twig of fresh thyme and some fresh garlic. And just a hooch of olive oil in there. And some rosemary. Oh man, this sauce is so good. If y'all ain't never had this Bolognese sauce, man, you're missing something out of your life. It's so good over a steak. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to brown that just a little bit. And the rest of this garlic and this thyme, we're just going to put that right over that steak. What that'll do is kind of permeate in there. Now while we cook this sauce, we're going to take this red wine and we're going to put this red wine in it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, don't that look pretty? I wish y'all could smell this. I really do. Man, when this stuff cooks, it's just beautiful. Now, on your Bolognese sauce, you want to cook it down about 80 to 90%. Let it thicken up a little bit. Add a little salt, a little pepper. And I'll tell you what, when you pour this stuff over your steak, now you want the alcohol to cook out of this red wine. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord have mercy, that smells so good. Now we're going to reduce the heat down to about medium-low and let this stuff just cook down. Oh my goodness, I wish y'all could smell this. Okay, our taters are done. Let me show you those taters. Look at those taters. Soap dish taters. Or as the French call them, fondant. I call them soap dish. They're so good. Wrap them in foil, keep them warm. Man, look at this sauce. We're going to add just a little bit more red wine to it. Whew. Man, that smells good. Man, I tell you what, y'all, I wish y'all here with me to eat tonight, but it's just going to be me and the dog. Okay, our Bolognese sauce is ready. Spoon in here to get ready to spoon it up. Now, our steak has rested about 10 minutes. Got that garlic and that fresh thyme on there. Look at those juices coming out of there. Now, we're going to save these juices. We're going to pour that right over that steak once we get this cut up here. Now, you want to cut your steak against the grain. Oh, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious. Can y'all see that? Oh my goodness gracious, perfect medium rare. Oh my goodness. Whew. We're going to taste this here in just a minute. I can't wait to taste it. I wish y'all could taste it. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. My dog down here waiting on some of this steak. But he knows I ain't going to give him none. Bless his little heart. Alright, let's take our fondant potatoes, soap dish potatoes. We just put them right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. And we're going to drizzle just a couple pieces of parsley over that to make it pretty. Because y'all know I'm all about, whoo, I'm so excited. All about pretty. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our steak. Can y'all see that? And we're going to plate this steak up. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, goodness. I'm going to take some of this juice. Pour that over there. And then we're going to take some of this Bolognese sauce and just kind of top that with that. How about that, folks? Ooh, Lord have mercy. All right, let's give this a taste and see what it tastes like. Man, I tell you what, I can't wait to put my mouth on around that. Look at that now. Oh. So tender. Oh my goodness. Let's give these taters a try. Look at this tater. I apologize to be eating in front of you. But it's so good. Oh Lordy. Give this recipe a try, guys. I think you'll like it. It's real simple to do. It only takes about 30-35 minutes to do. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye, y'all.